Hey guys, it's Shanna and I'm here with my week 13 pregnancy update. It is officially the last week of the first trimester. I can't even believe this. I'm a third of the way through this pregnancy already. Crazy. This week the baby is the size of a peach and about 3 inches long, which is the length of a pea pod. And what blows my mind is this week the baby officially has fingerprints. Isn't that crazy? And wait till you hear this next little fact. If the baby is a girl, they already have 2 million eggs in their ovaries. I just am constantly stunned by creation and how these little babies grow so fast. Also, in the first pregnancy update, I didn't talk about the fact that I am still breastfeeding. We're down to about 3 times a day now, in the morning before bed and then before one of his naps, which is kind of going down to 1 nap. Fun fact about that is this week apparently my breasts are starting to produce colostrum for when your milk comes in. But that's where I have a question. So like, because I already am breastfeeding, is colostrum coming into that? Also, one thing I'm really curious about is, you know, after you have a baby, your milk comes in. Am I gonna have like a re-come in? Like, I don't know what that's gonna be like. I don't know what's gonna end up happening, if I will still be breastfeeding by the time the baby comes. I kind of think I will be maybe just down to like once a day or something with Elias, maybe right before bed. I don't really know what my plan is, but I'm just really interested to know if I'm already breastfeeding, how that affects my milk coming in after I give birth. All right, so now it's time to talk about some fun little physical things about being pregnant. So with Elias, I had varicose veins, and after he was born, they mostly cleared up. They were there a little bit, but not much. And I will say that once I got pregnant this time around, they popped right through again. With Elias, I was taking Varigon. I think it helped a little bit. It's just a pill that supposedly helps with varicose veins. I don't know if I'm going to take them with this one or not. We'll just see. They don't like hurt or bother me really. It's just weird. Another thing is a lot of people take prenatal vitamins even when they're not pregnant for like healthy hair and nails. Well, for me, they don't do anything if I'm not pregnant. When I was pregnant with Elias, my nails got super strong. And then as soon as I wasn't pregnant, they started being brittle again. They kind of like peel. And this time around, they kind of got strong, like a little bit strong for a very short period of time. And then they're kind of just back to being weak and just breaking right off again, which is really weird. And then the other thing is with my hair. My hair is just weird because I don't know what's going on. So with Elias, my hair, so I already have naturally really thick hair. And when I was pregnant with Elias, my hair got super thick. I hated it so much. And then I know most people hate the postpartum hair loss. I love it because it like thinned my hair right down. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. But what's weird is now that I'm pregnant again, you'd think I would stop losing hair, but I'm still losing a lot of hair. So that's pretty weird. And then the other thing about my postpartum like hair growth is, I don't know if I can find them, but like mine actually come in underneath. So I don't get like the things up here. Now I have naturally like really frizzy hair in general. So like that's just my life. I just think it's really nice that my hair is coming in underneath instead of along the hairline. All right, now to talk about some symptoms. So this has actually been going on my whole pregnancy, but I'm just uninterested in coffee. I've never been like addicted to coffee. I just like it. I just like having a cozy hot beverage, but I've been just so uninterested. I've been drinking a lot more hot tea, But it's just, that was really interesting because like it doesn't make me nauseous, like the smell doesn't gross me out or anything. It just doesn't sound good. So a symptom that actually just happened today was, I was at church and I was standing during worship and I was like literally just standing there and my heart was like pounding, kind of like feeling winded. So I had to sit down and it's almost New Year's, so of course I've been doing like the binge eating thing. So I was like, well, maybe it's that. But then I actually remembered that with Elias, I did have the same thing where I would be at church and I literally like couldn't even just stand during worship because I would just get so out of breath from standing in one place. Super weird, but that happened today. And then the last like symptom that's happened since the last update was, so I say a lot, I'm so hungry, I feel like I'm gonna puke. And I actually did. Luckily, it's only happened once thus far. But this morning, I could tell like, I was shaking. Like my blood pressure was low. Like I need to seriously just eat first thing in the morning, and I'm really bad about it. Really bad about it. But yeah. So I got so hungry that I threw up, and that is crazy. So that is my biggest struggle currently, is to eat first thing in the morning and when I'm hungry, which is hard because I'm hungry all the time. And I think I talked about this in the first update, but yeah, they say you're not actually eating for two, that you only need like an extra 300, 400 calories a day. Dude, I'm hungry all the time. I can literally eat and then feel like there is nothing at all in my stomach. I don't really know how to handle this other than just keep eating, which is nice because for the most part, I don't think I'm like gaining. I am trying to lose weight though. That's the trick, is like I kind of tend to balance. That's what I did with Elias when I was pregnant with him, was that I ate a ton of food, but I didn't gain a ton with him. I didn't really gain very much at all, if I remember correctly. Towards the end I definitely did, but that was probably baby. It was him that was getting big. Okay, so during the last update, I let you guys know that I was planning to go in for a second ultrasound since the first one was like fuzzy and they couldn't really see the baby. I decided to cancel it. I just didn't feel right about going in. I was like, if I go in, it's literally for my own curiosity of getting to see like a clearer picture of the baby. It's not necessary. So I really just decided not to do that. There's a good chance, I mean, later on in the pregnancy, my midwife might want me to go in. So I figured it's fine. Cause yeah, towards the end of Elias's pregnancy, she wanted me to go in. She was fairly certain he was head down, but she just wanted to make sure. Also, I got my progesterone rechecked. I'm at an 18.2, but I guess at this point I'm supposed to be at like 36 or 32 or something. So I'm like half of what I should be at. Personally, I'm happy because my progesterone did go up faster so far with this one than with Elias. But so before I was just doing cream in the morning and the suppository at night. Now I'm doing cream both in the morning and at night, and then one suppository at night. So yeah, it is what it is. And like I said in the last update, hopefully my progesterone will start naturally increasing it by itself so that I don't have to keep getting a prescription for it, but you know. So in one of my vlogs, I talked about how I got this pitcher for making raspberry iced tea for the pregnancy. I actually need to return that one. It's probably too late now because I never did yet. But anyway, it was plastic, so I don't want that one. I ended up getting I ended up buying a glass electric tea kettle that actually has an insert to brew tea in, and that makes me happier. But anyway, I'm gonna be using that. I have not started drinking my raspberry tea. It's very bad. I need to get started because like I said, I'm already like a third of the way through this pregnancy. And yes, so theoretically they say that raspberry tea helps with labor and pregnancy. they say that like bunnies and deer and stuff in the wild actually eat it before they deliver. So I'm like, there's clearly something to it if they're doing it. So yeah, I just make iced tea. Sometimes I'll mix in like celestial seasonings like peach or blueberry or something just to give it like a better flavor. But yeah, I really need to start drinking that. I don't have anything to compare it to because I've only had one labor, but my sister said that with her second, she drank a lot more and noticed a difference, which obviously seconds can be easier than first in general. But she also has gone to a lot of home births because she works with a midwife, and she says she's had a number of moms say that the raspberry tea really helped. Also, my midwife, one reason she wants me to do it and wants all her moms to do it is because what she wants is that when you go into labor that you stay in labor and you keep progressing and not have your labor just stop on you. And that's one thing, is though my labor was 22 hours, I will say it didn't stop. It kept going. And speaking of home birth, so that's one thing I've been thinking about this last month or so. Because like I talked about in the last update, I was like really dealing with fear of labor. Well, I've been praying about that and like how God has not given me a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a sound mind, and you know, just praying about it because there's really no point in being scared. And going to the hospital is not going to make my labor less painful unless I get an epidural or do drugs, which I personally have no interest in doing an epidural. I've heard too many bad things about that, and I just don't know. It's hard, but I have been thinking about that. And so I was thinking about maybe doing the birth center, and I kind of liked the idea of that just because they have a bigger tub. Like, so with my home birth, I did do some labor in just our normal bathtub, which is completely tiny and just absolutely ridiculous. And then we had the birthing tub, which I labored in, and that was glorious. However, so this is an inflatable tub, and so they have to keep boiling water to like keep it hot, and it's like a whole process because they have to get all this hot water from somewhere. So I just think it's a little more difficult than just having a bigger bathtub in your house or something. But so I was thinking about that. I don't know. I'm still praying about it, but I am still leaning towards doing a home birth because I actually did have genuinely an amazing experience. Like after I did it, I was like, this is how I'm having my babies. It was great, and I love my midwife, but it was really just that fear that started making me feel like, well, maybe if I'm somewhere else, it won't hurt as bad. That's really, I think, my only reason for like wanting to maybe birth somewhere else. But that doesn't make any sense because it's gonna hurt wherever I am. That being said, needing to do the raspberry tea, I also want to start doing the hip birth CDs that I did with Elias, because they really did help me a lot to like just remain calm and breathe through the contractions and everything. So I really need to, start birth prepping. So the thing is, when I was pregnant with Elias, like that's all I had. I mean, I was consumed with being a pregnant woman. Now I'm a mom, and I can't be, like, I seriously can't believe how fast this pregnancy is already going. So I need to start prepping. I need to start practicing my relaxation techniques and drinking my raspberry tea and drinking water and working out and walking, which if you remember in my first update, everyone talks about walking all the time. But I have been thinking about how I should. Now, the funny thing is it's officially winter, and unless the sidewalks are clear, kind of hard to do that. All right, and then the last thing is that in just a couple of days, I have my first appointment with my midwife. I'm very excited about that. I'll be 13 weeks, so is that normal? I thought people met with their doctors and things earlier than that, so I don't know. But my first appointment is going to be this week, so I will be talking about that in the next pregnancy update. And look at me, 2 pregnancy updates by week 13. I am very proud of myself. I have been making videos. I have definitely been making videos. And if you are interested in weight loss videos and mom videos, do make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.